Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 brutal deaths in Stranger Things.
This demon, it seemed to take pleasure in tormenting us. Even poor, innocent Alice.
For this list, we're looking at the most horrifying and painful demises that we witnessed on the sci-fi show. We'll include multiple victims as part of one entry if they shared the same excruciating cause of death. If you haven't seen all of the first 4 seasons of the show, beware of major spoilers ahead. Who do you think suffered the worst fate? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. Grigory gets what he deserves.
1, 2.
By the end of season 3, Grigory was one of the most hated characters in Stranger Things history. Not only did this assassin eliminate fan favorite Alexei, but the criminal tried to end the lives of beloved mainstays like Hopper and Joyce. Grigory's bloody history made his violent demise extremely satisfying. While Hopper and Joyce were working to stop the Mind Flayer, the assassin attacked. Although he initially had the upper hand, Hopper throws Grigory into a rolling machine with an awesome one-liner.
I'll see you in hell!
It's hard to tell whether the crushing impact or the big device's electrical energy was his undoing. However, we are positive that it was the painful end Grigory had coming. Number 9. 11 eliminates Connie Fraser and her agents.
Connie Fraser, Social Services.
Social Services. My apologies. I didn't expect you so soon. It's a heck of a drive.
Not too bad this time of night.
Yeah.
Agent Connie Fraser was willing to do anything to lock 11 into a lab again. She schemed, lied, and slayed innocent people who dared to help the young psychic. But Fraser pushed her luck too far when she and a few members of her crew threatened 11's friends.
Guys! What is it? They found us.
In an instant, the agent and her associates found themselves frozen in place. It wasn't long before blood started to appear on their faces. Although we can't see it in detail, it looks like 11 directly attacked all their brains at once. It's easy to understand why the young psychic was so tired after this attack. Taking out Fraser and the other evil agents with such a brutal technique must have been exhausting.
Something's wrong. She's just drained. No, she won't wake up. Elle!
Number 8. Grigory breaks a brainy scientist. After a group of Russian scientists were asked to build a way to access the Upside Down, they did a full test in front of a high-ranking general. Eventually, the machine backfired and painfully claimed the lives of multiple bystanders. But their quick demises looked merciful when compared to what happened to another witness. A frustrated Russian general ordered Grigory to choke the life out of one of the scientists to discourage another failure.
Мы уже так близко. Вы же видите наш прогресс. Нам просто...
Unfortunately for the victim, his death is slow and agonizing. Watching this terrible execution gave the scientist's colleague Alexei plenty of incentive to make sure the next machine test was successful.
Даю тебе еще год.
Так точно, товарищ генерал.
Number 7. Jonathan cuts Tom down to size.
Which brings me to my 6th and final fact. You're fired. Both of you.
At first, editor-in-chief Tom Holloway was just a bad boss to Jonathan and Nancy. But the journalist became a violent threat to the duo after he got possessed by the sinister Mind Flayer.
She's gone home.
We were hoping you might come back.
After savagely attacking Jonathan, Tom attempted to land the final blow with a pair of scissors. Fortunately, the editor was stopped in his tracks when he psychically felt the force of Nancy's fire extinguisher attack.
Marco!
Jonathan took advantage of the distraction by using the metal scissors to end the editor in a way that's too graphic to show here. But the hero did not have to look at the gruesome aftermath for long. Tom's deceased body quickly became a part of a disgusting monster that tried to cause more graphic deaths. Number 6. Henry Creel executes lab staff and residents.
And everyone here is a prisoner, not just you. Not just your brothers and sisters, but the guards, too.
Upon learning that Henry Creel was a very sadistic psychic, scientists decided to implant a chip inside of his body that prevented him from using his abilities. But once it was removed, he demonstrated how twisted he truly was.
No. You don't have to be afraid of them, 11. Not anymore.
Creel broke bones and eliminated opponents without a care in the world. His go-to method of ending his enemies involved targeting their eyes while forcing their bodies to move in unnatural ways. While the way Creel killed people was brutal on its own, what makes it even worse is the fact that the majority of his victims were innocent. We're glad 11 stopped him from taking any more lives for a very long time. Number 5. The Demogorgon demolishes prisoners.
You know, what we are to attempt is quite mad. Even by your standards, American.
An unlucky group of Russian prisoners that included Hopper and his ally Enzo found themselves face to face with a vicious Demogorgon. Although they had time to get weapons beforehand, most of them still did not stand a chance. The Demogorgon's sharp claws and tremendous strength allowed it to slash and throw its targets with absolute ease. If they survived its initial attack, it would chow down on the survivors with its extremely sharp teeth, while nearby guards observed the carnage. The only reason Hopper and Enzo got out alive was because of a little fire.
Running out of time here! I'm trying!
Without that flame, the Demogorgon would have made sure they perished in a needlessly cruel way.
For a second, I thought we had you, medical.
Number 4. Eddie gets swarmed by demo bats.
Okay, she's in. Initiate phase 3.
She's in. Move on to phase 3.
Copy that. Initiating phase 3. Let's hope they hear this.
When the heroes execute their plan to stop Vecna, Eddie and Dustin are tasked with keeping a swarm of demo bats busy. Although the duo keeps the creatures at bay for a while, it soon becomes clear that there are just too many to handle. But Eddie ignores the odds and impulsively decides to continue the mission solo.
Eddie, stop! Eddie, stop! 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 Eddie, what are you doing?
Buy more time.
While he puts up a good fight, the demo bats eventually overwhelm him. Eddie is forcefully held down by some of the creatures, while others start to devour him. The worst part of his violent demise is that many of the people in his hometown thought he was a warped criminal. Despite Eddie's heroic and excruciating end, it's brutal to know that people still saw him as a villain.
I didn't run away this time, right? No. You didn't run.
Number 3. The demo dogs catch up to Bob.
How you holding up there, Bob? You all right?
Yeah.
You got a pretty clear shot to the front door.
Fans knew Bob was a hero when he put his life on the line to save his friends while there were a bunch of demo dogs on the prowl. He barely managed to escape the creatures multiple times throughout his journey. Just when it seemed like Bob was home free, a demo dog came out of nowhere and pounced on the heroic man. It was painful to see the creature cut and bite into him with such ferocity. The demo dog added insult to injury by inviting a few of its brethren to attack the dying man too. Bob was an extremely gentle soul that didn't deserve such an upsetting demise. Unfortunately, he was doomed as soon as that first demo dog jumped.
We can't let him die in vain.
Well, what do you want to do, Mike? Right, the chief's right on this. We can't stop those demo dogs on our own.
Number 2. Billy is slain by the Mind Flayer. During most of Season 3's climactic battle, Billy was possessed by the Mind Flayer, but 11 was able to help him regain control of his actions by reminding him about his old life.
She was really pretty. And you were happy.
After breaking free, he puts his body on the line to protect 11. Unfortunately, the Mind Flayer uses its sharp tentacles to wound Billy. He has to endure being pierced by 5 more appendages before the creature inflicts one final blow to his chest. And despite losing a lot of blood, Billy still bears the agony of all his wounds to spend a few final moments with his sister.
Billy, wake up. Billy, get up. Billy.
The tremendous amount of suffering he endured makes this sacrifice tough to rewatch.
Max,
what you've been through, what you're still going through, it's a lot for anyone.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. What Vecna does to his victims.
I want you to join me.
Sometime after Henry Creel became Vecna, he came up with a truly bone-chilling way of executing his targets. First, he forces his victims to see visions of their past traumas. Then, Vecna waits until they get completely lost in their worst memories. Once his victims are fully trapped in their grim visions, he moves in for the final kill. Vecna's targets have all ended up with broken bones and missing eyes. While the method is identical to what Creel used to do, it's much worse because of the amount of psychological torment the victim endures. By combining mental and physical harm into one sickening package, Vecna has devised the most brutal way to die on Stranger Things.
Don't cry, Chrissy. It's time for your suffering to end.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.